So today I'm going to go through the downloading and setup procedure, how to use Streamlabs. Streamlabs is an open source software based upon the original OBS software. A little bit lighter, maybe runs a little bit faster on your computer. It's great for streaming. So what I'm going to do is dive into the computer and take you through how to set up Streamlabs. See you on the inside.
Hi, DJT here from Dance Party 247, and today what I'm going to do is go through how to set up Streamlabs. First of all, we need to go to the website, which is streamlabs.com, up here. And then we do scroll down on the page to the download here. This is a free service. You don't have to pay anything for this app. We get onto your computer, and we've got here the Windows version, and we download it. Okay, so we come off there, load it as usual, just set it up as the instructions tell you to set it up. Okay, there we go. This will come up. Don't worry about what you see on the screen at the moment. I will just do that bang. That one. That one. Okay, so you'll see it comes up like that. So there'll be nothing on the screen. Okay, we've got three blocks here. Okay, we've got left screen, which is basically your scenes. Then you've got your sources, which is basically elements that make a scene up. That's the one we're going to be dealing with here today in the middle box. And the right box, which is your audio input. So what we need to do here is we need to, when you get this, it'll be nothing on your main screen, which is up here, blank. And there'll be nothing in this main box of sources. To get a source in there, which would need to be your webcam, would be to add by going to the plus button, press plus, and we need to go to video, audio, image, display, capture, video, capture device, which is there on the right hand side. We click that and then we add source. So there's your video capture device, and then if you the very first time you've done here, it might actually automatically bring up your webcam for you. That's what you're hoping, and there's a click down box here. You click it and then you add the source, which is your webcam, the one you're using. For example, I've got an external webcam and I've got an internal webcam. Then you can choose either. I normally use the external. So add sources there, and obviously it's come up here, video capture device. What I can do here is say, for example, it didn't capture the video there, which it didn't for me this time, so I can click on the open source here. So whatever I'm wishing to do on any of these, if I highlight it first and then go to the open source properties, and this is what you should have got the first time you got in. If you've never been into the software before, it would bring this up and then you can choose your camera. I've just gone back in and done it for a second time. So there you've got all the different cameras down here. Got all the software as well in terms of my mobile phone and everything like that. I can connect up here, and then you choose the one you wanted. So I did the Fuji camera, which is the internal camera. I should probably come on. There I am. Okay. And then you press done. Today I'm going to press cancel, because that there, I'm going to get rid of that, highlight it, and then press minus, and yes, I'll get rid of it. Goodbye. That's how you get rid of an element if you put it in there by mistake. If I press show now, there's my camera, there's my webcam. Hello, I'm on here. What you can do now is that if the camera is not to the size that you're wishing it to be on the screen, as in filling the whole box, you can drag it in the corner, full screen. I've got bad lighting in here, so it looks all really bad and fuzzy. I've got lighting quite low at the moment, and I don't normally use this webcam as well because it's a green screen studio, so I would choose my external camera, which is set up accordingly. Okay, that's how you get your camera there. Now we need to go to the audio source, which is on the right hand side, which is into the mixer here. The one we're looking at today, as you see here, it's gone up and down throughout the time I'm talking, is the mic auxiliary. If it hasn't picked anything up, what we need to do automatically, and when you're talking on your, I'm talking microphone today, but obviously your music, then you need to go into configure this. So we need to press this little cog here, and we go into properties, and then we click, in my case, mic at the front panel, which I've got my line input. I've got a connected from the mixer into the front of the laptop here. You would have something similar. So mine says mine line at the front. So that's what I would use. And click done. And then when you're playing your music, we'll put a track on today, but then you're playing your music and it goes up and down, or as in my case, I'm talking. To make sure you got no other inputs, I would recommend on these sliders here, reducing these down. There's no other input that is available, it's all muted. So you can have it basically video capture device now. For example, if you're running a looped film in the background like I am for my green screen, then you can have a little bit of noise when it kind of loops and it clicks. So just bring everything down, make sure everything is down, but in most cases, most of you will be having just a webcam to start off with. So just make sure everything else is muted. That's how you set up your video and audio. What we're going to do now is go to the stream. So we go down to the left hand side here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the camera off because it looks, there we go, that's what that does, it hides the element. The element's still there, but it's just not showing. Okay, now I put that back on, you can see my little green screen, there it goes. Hey. Okay, right, down here on the left hand side we have the settings. Click the settings. A couple of things we need to go into here. First of all is the stream. Okay, we want a custom server. If you click down there, you've got streaming services and custom servicer. So if you're going to say, for example, to Twitch, then you'd use the first option, which is the streaming service. We're not going that way. We're going to a very specific stream, just the custom server. That's what we want. You click that one, and this is where you'll be given from us the URL and then the actual stream key itself. When you input those, when you input them, you can't actually paste in here. You need to press Control, which is on the far left hand side of my keyboard, and C. Control and V, sorry. Control V will actually paste. When you've done that, you press Done. You need to go back in again. Then we need to do the output, which is for the video and the audio. How much we're going to stream. So you want to click here, and it'll probably start off on simple, and you want to click the advanced mode, and then we go to streaming. Everything should be left here. Track 1 encoder exactly the same. Enforced streaming service encoder settings. You can leave all that. You go down there, so all that stays the same. We don't need to go into there. What we do need to go is a bit further down, and we need to change the bit rate. I'm going to here about 4,000. Now it depends on the level of your internet connection. Depends how much you can actually stream. You can stream up to 4,400, which is actually, if I do the 400, that is actually 1080p quality. But you might be going for some other reason about 2,500. If you let us know what your upstream uploading speeds are. If you went to speedtest.net, that's speedtest.net, it will give you your accurate upload and download speeds, and then we'll tell you what the best one to go in at. Obviously the better the higher, but you don't want to be too high compared to obviously the upload speed. If you've got only 5 megabytes upload and you're going at 4,000, you've got no capacity to log on and do much else on the internet when this is streaming. If you've got 10 upload, you're good. Buffer size 2,500, we need to change that, so we'll go there. And your keyframe rate interval, we want you to have as 1. That'll be defaulted as 0, and we want you to change that to 1. There you go, and that will work for what we're about to do. You might have ultra fast, you might have fast on here on the selected in terms of how much the CPU you're going to use. Don't worry about this, leave it as the default. If you're running a little bit slow, I've got an old computer, then you may need to up the speed so it can run Streamlabs, but it then does do is reduce the capacity for it to do anything else. So you want to be on the chat boxes and be on the web stream, web pages, and obviously watching the stream and doing chat, stuff like that. So that's where I struggle, because I got an old laptop here. So to run this, I have to put all the CPU for the laptop itself rather than for doing anything else to get it to work properly for me. Then you just press done. Let's go back in again now, do the audio. So we click back on again, go into the stream, sorry, output, and this time I'm going to go to audio. The audio, ideally, unless you've got a low rate of upload speed, you're going to go in at 320p. That's your equivalent to an MP3, high quality MP3. You've got different levels here you can choose from. But as we're all about the music, then we go in at 320. That's all you need to do on that one, and then you can just press done. Now, some of you have other inputs as well, so you could change those. I've just left those as defaulted. I think it's 160. There you go. You've got different tracks. You can put multiple inputs, and they're all muted anyway. Remember, we muted those down, so you just need in my case, just the one track. If you want to be sure, stick them all at 320. That's no problem there either. And we press done. Okay. Now we're ready to stream. So you have your video here in front of you. You've got your music to the side, and all you do down here, the right hand side, is press go live. And if I went go live now, it would go live. However, I got a recording on, so it wouldn't actually get on the stream, so I can't really show you that. That's how you set up Streamlabs, or in other words, slobs. What I would keep an eye on though, depending on your level of PC and how fast it is your CPU usage down here, which you can bring up. Don't want that. You can bring up your CPU usage there. I say I've got it down here in the corner, so I keep an eye on what the computer's doing and how hard it's working. So that might be another consideration. And that's how you do Streamlabs. Thank you.